Appearance and reality. It is perhaps not surprising that in a play which features witchcraft, murder and deception, the idea of appearance and reality is central. The two don't always agree with one another, and Shakespeare appears to be conveying the argument that one shouldn't always, if ever, judge reality by appearances. Perhaps this is best summed up by Lady Macbeth's exhortation to Macbeth to look like the innocent flower but be the serpent under it. In other words, Macbeth should hide his true evil feelings behind a friendly face. Shortly afterwards, once he endorses the plan to murder Duncan, Macbeth echoes these sentiments by declaring that false face must hide what the false heart doth know. Even once he has achieved his ambition to become king, Macbeth still feels the need to maintain a false face and hide his true emotions. This disconnect between appearance and reality allows lies and dishonesties to flourish. Throughout the play, language becomes a key tool to deceive and hide real intentions. This is especially the case with the witches, who right from the start speak in riddles and seemingly contradict themselves to mask their evil intent. They exploit their ambiguous predictions to tempt and fool Macbeth. Belatedly, Macbeth realizes this at the very end when he faces Macduff and grasps that he has been deceived and manipulated by the witches. If only Macbeth had paid more careful attention to Banquo, who warned his friend at the start not to trust the witch's words. Even reality itself can't be fully trusted on its own terms. Does Macbeth really see a ghostly dagger leading him on towards Duncan's room just before the murder? Is there actually the ghost of Banquo terrifying Macbeth during a banquet? In both instances, we only have Macbeth's word for what he sees. In the dagger's case, he is the only one present, and even then he's not sure if he can believe his eyes. Whilst at the banquet, although Macbeth is surrounded by many people when he thinks he sees Banquo's ghost, yet no one else can see the spectre. Lady Macbeth too has her reality distorted while sleepwalking. She thinks that there are persistent bloodstains on her hands, but it's an hallucination reflecting her deteriorating mind and descent into madness. The way that appearances disguise the truth leads to a great deal of dramatic irony. For example, Duncan compliments the pleasant position of Macbeth's castle, blissfully unaware that it will be the site of his murder. He is then taken in by Lady Macbeth's apparently gracious welcome, whilst we know that she has already plotted his death. The uncertainty over what is real and can be trusted ties the theme of appearance and reality closely to the seeming collapse of the natural order. Since nothing and no one can be trusted, security and stability are undermined. As Lady Macduff bitterly laments, the topsy-turvy world that has been ushered in due to Macbeth's tyranny has meant that what should be seen as good is now thought of as bad. This is a close and deliberate echo of the witch's mantra right at the very beginning of the play. Perhaps the only character not to judge by appearances is Malcolm. When in Act 4 Macduff arrives in England to pledge his support for Malcolm, Malcolm is hesitant. He first of all tests Macduff's loyalty by pretending that he would be an even worse king than Macbeth, claiming that he would be a greedy, lustful and irresponsible ruler. Only when satisfied by Macduff's outraged reaction does Malcolm reveal his true self. Malcolm's caution marks him out as an intelligent and wise leader. Such a wary approach contrasts with his murdered father, Duncan, who ironically tells his son early on not to judge by appearances before doing exactly that himself with Macbeth. Clearly, Malcolm heeded the lesson. Finally, remember that in Shakespeare's line of work, it was essential for people successfully to pretend to be someone else, and whose livelihood depended on making audiences forget reality and be taken in by what they saw on stage. Therefore, it's little wonder that he was fascinated by the ambiguity behind appearance and reality. It is a theme in a great number of his other plays too. Of all people, Shakespeare knew full well the power behind being able to manipulate reality through appearances.